I've stayed in a lot of cheap motels during long drives. But Gallowmere Inn? That place still haunts me. It started with the rain. Heavy, unrelenting, like the sky had cracked open. My phone lost signal an hour earlier. When my car gave up and coasted to a stop, I spotted an old neon sign flickering through the trees. Gallowmere Inn, vacancies. I jogged there with my backpack over my head. The building was ancient, like it belonged in a different century. The door creaked when I pushed it open, and inside, it smelled like dust, wet wood, and something faintly floral, the kind of scent you only notice in funeral homes. An old man sat behind the counter, barely looked at me. "Just need a room for the night," I said. He slid over a brass key, old school style. Room 313, and then he paused. "If the mirror's covered, leave it that way." I blinked. "The mirror?" But he didn't explain, just stared down at the guest log. The hallway felt too long, like I was walking into a tunnel. My footsteps echoed weirdly on the faded carpet. Room 313 was at the very end. Corner room. I stepped in. Ice, cold, not just chilly. Wrong cold, like the room had never been lived in. Faded wallpaper, too many pillows, an old desk, and right in the corner, a mirror, tall and narrow, completely covered with dark velvet. A small handwritten tag dangled from the top. "Do not remove." I smirked. Okay, creepy instructions. Great start. Still, I didn't touch it. Took a hot shower, climbed into bed, and let the storm outside lull me into a weird, uneasy sleep. 3:13 a.m. I sat up like someone had shouted my name. The room was darker, colder, and the cloth was on the floor. The mirror stood bare, glinting faintly. I walked toward it, drawn in like something was pulling me. That's when I realised my reflection wasn't moving with me. I stepped right. It stayed still. Then it blinked and grinned. I didn't. My chest tightened. I reached for my phone. New message. No contact name, just a number that looked familiar. My number. "If you can read this, it's not too late. Don't let her out." A second message. "Check the back of the mirror." I hesitated, but I did it. I turned the mirror and found the back frame scratched with dozens of names, carved deep and rough. The last one? Mine. Freshly etched. Suddenly, a thin crack ran across the mirror's surface, then another. Then, she stepped out. She looked just like me, but hollow, too tall, arms too long. Her mouth moved in sync with mine for a moment, then didn't. She spoke in my voice, only colder. "You freed me." I backed away, but she didn't come for me. She walked calmly to the bed, got in, pulled the blanket over her shoulders. One out, one in, and then everything shattered. I woke up, inside the mirror. That's where I am now, watching, trapped. She's out there, living my life, wearing my skin, using my voice. No one knows it isn't me. I see her smiling in every reflection, and I see others too, behind me in the mirror, dozens of them, all the names from the back of the frame, all watching, all stuck. So if you ever find yourself at the Gallowmere Inn and someone offers you room 3-way, don't open the mirror, don't read the names, and if your reflection smiles first, run.